Elementary and Queens Creek Elementary with Onslow County Schools. So as people come in, I am just going to go over, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and welcome to the K2 Virtual Learning Best Practices live session. We have lots of teachers and administrators and a Title I instructional coach here with us today, and a TA. So they're all going to share some best practices. Okay, Denise, can you unmute and tell me if you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. All right. So we have representatives from Clyde Irwin, Hunters Creek L, Dixon L, Blue Creek Elementary, and Morton Elementary. Okay, so just as a best practice, please mute your microphone upon entering, and we'll keep it muted until there's a time for questions at the end. You may utilize the chat to encourage participants and to, to say that you like an idea or that you also do the same thing. And use the raise hand feature in Teams to ask a question during the time that will be provided at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unshare my screen, and we are going to start with Miss Mitchell from Clyde Irwin. Gretchen Robinson is the DLT who is here with her today.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. So today I want to share with you the best practices that we practice within kindergarten. So there are two ways in which we connect with our parents. One is through Class Dojo, and one is through our OCS website.
Nikki, we can't see your screen.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. Are you seeing it now, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for that. So I'm here to share the best practices that we utilize within our kindergarten team. There are two ways in which we connect with our parents and our students. That is through Class Dojo and our website. Today I want to focus on our Class Dojo. Now, one of the things that we do within Class Dojo is to utilize the class story. Now, the class story is like our online classroom. This is where we are able to post our mini lessons. We're able to post our schedules for the parents. We're able to post, and we try to do 3 lessons each day. We will try and do the math. We will do an ELA, whether it's a phonics or writing, and we try to integrate science within that as well. We also do what we call a lot of read alouds each day with the kiddos. Now, the great thing about Class Dojo is that away from that online classroom within Class Story, we also have what we call the portfolios. Now, within the portfolios, we're able to post activities for the kids to complete, and they just go in and they put whatever activity they have completed within that. Now, when you click create activity, you're able to do the name of the activity, the instruction, and then there are options of different ways that the students can submit their work. They can do a text entry, a video recording, a photo, or a drawing. Now, this is a sample of how a student's portfolio would look. So when they go to the to-do list, it shows them the activities that they need to do. The great thing about it is that, let's say you have a shy child who doesn't want to be videoed, they can do a photo. And then before they submit the photo, there is an option there for them to click a microphone and do a voiceover. So that is really good for our kids who are shy, don't want to show themselves. So this is a sample of a voiceover submission. We were doing silly picture of rhyming CVC pairs. So the child was able to draw the dog on the log and then do a voiceover of what they did. And then this is a sample of our DLT work that was submitted, a writing piece. We're doing narrative writing. The great thing about it, after you approve the students' work, you're able to comment on it and give feedback and allow the kid to give their own feedback as well based on what you said. Now, the most exciting thing about our online learning that we love the most is our read alouds. Now, we try to maintain the culture within our online, so the kids get to hear different members of our staff, our principal, our VPs, our TAs, everybody participating in read alouds. And what we did, we have a OneNote area where everyone can upload all these read alouds that they have done. And let's say you don't want to do your own read aloud, you're able to go there and pull from that and post these for the kids to see. And of course, we try to integrate other apps and programs within our class dojo for the kiddos to see. One of the things that we use is what we call our peer deck. And within peer deck, we're able to post assignments. And I'll just go here. This is a sample of a CVC activity that was posted for the kids. And what you do as a teacher, you can either do a live session, but for K2, we try to do, because they don't have one-on-one, we do what we call a student-paced activity. Now, you're able to go in and analyze the data that was collected based on how the kids respond. This is an overlay of what the kids responded. They were able to circle the CVC word to match the picture. And here I'm able to see that, okay, there's someone that didn't circle the correct one, and I can do a grid layout where I'm able to see their names.
We can't see the overlay.
No, you're unable to see because my kids' names are within there. So I'm sorry, guys. But you're able to see that and work from there to see what the kids are doing. Also, another activity that we integrate is our flip grade, and this is where you're able to do lesson plans, lessons. You're able to do screen sharing with the kids. They're able to do different activities and post that for you to give feedback, to view what they have done. This is a show and tell that we did. I'm not going to stroll further because the kids' responses are down there. So you put an activity, you send it out to the parents, and they get to do that. The beauty about it is that we use Teams to do what we call a parent meeting with the parents, and this is where we train them or show them ways that they can access these activities. And this is just one that we did. I don't know if you guys are able to see it. Oh,
Miss
right.
Mitchell, we just see the PowerPoint.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Let me go to the screen that I need to share for that. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. So this is what we try to do. We post these to YouTube. We upload them to YouTube for the parents who have no access to them, who weren't able to attend the meetings, and they're able to see it. And all of these are on our website for the parents to access it through the student Symbaloo pages. So these are just some of the best practices that we do have within our kindergarten online virtual learning. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. That was fabulous, Miss Mitchell. I appreciate you sharing that with us. It is time to introduce our next presenter, and we have Sari Diaz from Hunters Creek Elementary School, and she's a first grade teacher there. Sari, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to show you what Mrs. Daigle and I are doing with our first grade classes at Hunters Creek Elementary. I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see my page?
Yes.
Can you see it? Okay, thanks. So I mapped I use OneNote in order as a place to gather and collect and have let parents have parents know what they have to do each week. So on my school's teacher page, I mapped the link to OneNote that I share with them so that when they click it, or it will open up another browser, another yes, browser, and it will take them directly to the OneNote file. So I click them. Now it's opening up. Okay, so the way I set up the OneNote, I try to make it very simple to understand. I tell parents to go to find the section for the current week, and I'll click on and I also numbered the sections because it is easier to let parents, if parents have a question, it's easier for me to say, go to section 5. And then I also numbered, within that section, I number the pages so that if they have a question about reading assignment, well, reading is page 5.2. So I can say, oh, the answer to your question is on page 5.2a. Instead of me having to guide them like, oh, go to reading. No, the bottom one, or no, the one on top. It's just easier to assign numbers to your sections and the pages, so that way it is easier to guide parents when they have a question, or if you want to tell them where something is at. I created a section for each week. Each week, I have the first page within each week is the assignment overview, which is basically like almost like a lesson plan of what they are going to do each day. As you can see, I love highlighting everything, especially everything that I'm like, please read, don't forget. And I assign different colors so that it doesn't, so it's not monotonous and they overlook it. Aside from the assignment, weekly assignment overview, then I break it down into subjects, reading, and then and I post like with OneNote you are able to post and add PDF files, Word documents, YouTube videos, Flipgrid. You are able to embed a lot of things into OneNote. So I break it down. Oh, and also the screenshots of stuff that I wanted, like, hey, this is first, don't forget reading diagnostic, and then you can do the teacher assigned lessons, or if they do the reading diagnostic, then they will follow the path. That's why I wanted to do, like, I make sure they do that first before anything else. And so yes, for math, this is where Mrs. Zago, she is a great, she has been doing amazing posting the math lessons. So we insert the link for the YouTube video that is unlisted. So we go to insert link, not a link, I'm sorry, insert. The one thing that I will say now is that the online version of OneNote is very different from the app. So I will open the app right now because I'd rather use this one, the OneNote app. So I go to insert, and now you can see it, online video, and then you just have to paste the link for whatever video it is that from YouTube or anywhere else that you have a link for. Another thing that I wanted to share is that
you have about 30 seconds left.
Oh gosh. Well, you are able to email pages, like if you want to email a page to a parent, or also you can email from your email. You can go and email stuff to you. So if you go to OneNote.com email settings, and then you link your email to and you choose whichever notebook you want to send the email to, and you click save, and then you are able, it's gonna come up, it's going to create a page under the section you chose for it to go to. For example, like today, we were emailed about the nutrition hubs being canceled. So I forwarded that email to me@onenote.com, and it just showed up here on the OneNote page for parents to know. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Nancy,
Thank you very, very much. Nancy, did you want to introduce Ms. Davis, or you want me to roll with it?
Roll
All
with
right.
it.
All right. So next up is Miss Jennifer Davis. She teaches first grade at Queens Creek Elementary. I am her proud DLT.
Hi, I am going to be real short and sweet, and I don't have any cute, like anything to display or anything. I use Class Tag at school. There are several of us on our team that are. So it's very similar to Class Dojo, but it's a different program. It's also free. In that, when my parents message me, I can send individual messages, video messages back to my students. So I try to once a week make sure I video message them each, and I praise them on something they do, whether I use clever data, some work they sent me, or anything I've done. I send them quick messages back. They video me back. I've had many parents say their kids have almost been in tears when I send those messages, because it's pretty much like what we would do in class. Like, they would get individual praise. And so I send messages back, typing a lot too, but I try to once a week for sure to send a message back directly to the student. That's a video. So they get to hear me, they get to see me, and I think it's just a really big deal for them. I also do like a social hour. It's not really an hour, but I do like a social time for my kids once a week. I try to do 2 blocks of it. So I had done some other stuff to find out what worked best for my parents. So I may do like a 1 to 3 block. Like today, I did a 1 o'clock session, and then I may do an evening session too, so like 5 to 7. So somewhere in that time frame, I do a meet now. I send the link out to my parents through Class Tag so they can join. And during those meetings, we do like a scavenger hunt. I ask them to go find something, they go find it, and then I call their names and they get to show it to me and tell me a little bit about it. So it's more just a connection time. We were doing morning meeting at school, so I've done a lot of I've still try to do some of those during social time. I do a share question, and they all get to share it and go up and like I go up my list and down my list of people who are in there. My TA also joins. I know a lot of us are doing that. So she interacts with the kids as well, and I think that's a really big deal. The one I did today, I had the kids tell me, I did the hard one and my TA did the fun one. I had my kids tell me what had been the hardest about being not at school. What did they miss the most, but what did they like at home? What was their favorite thing at home? And that was just a really good insight to like find out information about where they are with what they're doing and how they feel about things. And then my TA, she shared her dog, and then they all got to share their pets. So it was a lot of fun. And the other thing we do is we kind of do some themes throughout the week. So like Tuesdays, Tell a Joke Tuesday. So my TA, who's wonderful, Donna Taggart, does a great job with this. She videos herself telling a joke every Tuesday. And the kids in the comments video or write their jokes back in and tell us jokes every week. That's been a lot of fun. Wednesdays, we do Would You Rather. So we post it and they respond back. Thursdays, like Thoughtful or Thankful Thursday. Friday's Flex Friday, which my teammates get set to talk about in just a minute. So we kind of just do a different theme, and we've been consistent with how we've done it. So our parents and our students are very used to what they're seeing when it comes through. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Davis. Up next is Miss Mauser. She also teaches first grade from Queens Creek Elementary.
Hey, okay, so I just wanted to share, a couple of weeks ago, I decided that I kind of needed to know where my parents were with how things were going at home, because as we know, most of our parents are still working, and they have taken on the job of doing teaching at home that they're not familiar with. And some of my parents have 2 or 3 children that they're trying to help. So I just wanted to know where they were. So I created a survey. I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, hold on. That did not work. Okay, that's not it.
What's it telling you, Miss Mauser?
It keeps not letting me tag what I'm trying to tag.
And you're choosing desktop screen 1? Oh, there you go. Woohoo!
So I
Yeah.
went to forms, and I just created a new form here. And I just sent the survey to my parents that provides a link, and I sent it through class tag, like Miss Davis. I use class tag. And I made sure that I asked for the student's name. That's very important. And then I just asked things that I needed to know. You could adjust and ask what you needed to know, but one of the things that we do that we've been doing for a couple of weeks is Flex Friday. And I will explain that in just a minute. But one of the things that was really important about this survey to me was this suggestions, which I hesitated to put, but it gave me a lot of information for my parents where I needed to meet them, what I needed to do for their children. So it was very helpful for me to see all of the information that this survey gave me. It helped me to adjust what I was doing for my parents and my children to better suit what they needed at this time. When you do a forms, you can just go and look at the responses. I'm not going to click that because it does have my students' names on it. But so I highly suggest that if you have not provided some type of survey for your parents, that you do, just to kind of see what they need at this point in the game. One of the things I mentioned was Flex Friday. So with Flex Friday, what we do is we provide lessons Monday through Thursday. This is my lesson plan, and I lay my lesson plans out by the day. And then on Friday, we have Flex Fridays, and that gives them a day to kind of catch up on anything they may not have got into during the week. But it also gives them time to go to their encore classes. We have some really awesome encore teachers at our school that have done great lessons for our children. And since we don't have teams, they have posted on their web pages, their Onslow County web pages, their lessons. And I just linked the lessons right in I linked their web pages in my lesson plans so that when they click on them, it takes them right to, hopefully, it's working. It takes them right to their web page so that they can go right there without having to search for other things. It's all right in my lesson plans. It's a hyperlink just linked right to each web page so that they can get into their encore classes and do their encore class work. And that's all I have for you guys.
All right, thanks, y'all. Sorry, I kept muting and unmuting myself. I think we've all been there. All right, thank you so much, Miss Mauser. Next up is Miss Youngs from Dixon Elementary, and she is accompanied by her DLT, Kat Collins, and she teaches 2nd grade. Come on down, Miss Youngs.
All right. Hey, everybody. Let me just get this screen share going. Can everybody see what's going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. So much like many of the other teachers, we also have been using OneNote in 2nd grade to keep track of what's going on. All of us have been doing a weekly plan where parents who don't want to browse through the individual stuff, they can see a direct link to everything. Now, one big thing that we noticed, it's a little easier to see on the Monday plan, so we lay it out by Monday, is that YouTube is a great tool for uploading all these lessons and videos and stuff like that, but there are some parents who are understandably very uncomfortable letting their kids on YouTube, even if it's an unlisted video with no ads and no autoplay. So one thing that we've been doing is we also include a link to the video specifically in a share link. So all of us have these videos saved on our computer somewhere. So if you just go to OneDrive for any anything, this will work. This is the online version, but it will also work from your desktop. And if you just click share, you can say that anyone with a link can view. You just copy the link and you can post that link anywhere you want your parents to see. And then they don't have to worry about their kids getting online to YouTube. And some parents find that it's a much easier way to load any of the files. Oh, and another thing that we have for our parents submitting work, we all have a file called completed student work on our computer somewhere. I will not open it because it has student names on it, but this file link that we have is shared to the parents, except we give them permissions to edit. And they don't need a Microsoft account. They don't need anything but the link, and they can just take pictures and upload their files directly to the work. And I don't have to go chasing or looking at it because it's all in their files. It's organized by day, and it makes it much easier to check their work. A big thing that we've also been doing at second grade is when we have our live meetings, the biggest thing that's missing during this time is we're distance learning, but we also need to build distance community. At Dixon Elementary School, we do the Leader in Me initiative, which follows the 7 habits of highly effective people. And these are not just habits that they can do at school, these are life skills. And a lot of the things that we teach them helps them learn how to control certain things and take charge of stuff that they can do at the day, whether it's trying to get their word study work done, trying to help their parents clean up the house, or just trying to get a little bit more even keeled. Now, if you do not have the 7 effective habits of highly people, which again, highly recommend, but Class Dojo has a lot of very similar things, and that's another thing we've been doing. A lot of our online lessons focus on like building the community and also kind of emotional control. So this week we're focusing in my group on moods and attitudes. So a lot of kids right now, especially as this is getting longer, have a big problem. Like they get angry and they don't know why, or they're upset, or they're moody. So understanding where those moods come from, and Class Dojo has a lot of great links and videos to chunk it and help kids see it outside themselves, and then we as a class can talk about it. We also are doing Flex Fridays, so Monday through Thursday we have a regular lesson, and then on Fridays we have like Fun Food Fridays that ties in with the book that we've been reading. So this week we've been reading Salt in His Shoes, so Fun Food Friday is to make cheese balls and little basketball stuff. And we also do scavenger hunts inside the house, and in our group we do them as a class during the live lessons, and then we compete to see who can do it first, and it sparks a lot of discussions with the kids trying to show off their stuff. We haven't done this one yet, so it will be exciting to see what happens tomorrow, but like a lot of interesting things where they show their treasures and stuff they have around the house and explain what it is, and it sparks a lot of the discussion that we usually would have in the classroom, which has helped a lot with them, we think. That's about it. If there's any questions, I'm open to them, but I think that's about it for me.
Thank you so much. Yes, there will definitely be a question time at the end. So we are going to toss it to Miss Makeley. She teaches second grade at Dixon Elementary as well.
Okay, I'm just going to share my screen really quick. Hi guys, I'm Miss Makeley. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So I am a second grade teacher along with Miss Young. So our OneNote, we all use OneNote, and our OneNotes look very, very similar to each other. We have a weekly overview every week, like how she was talking about. So I'm not going to go too much into that, but some of our teachers in second grade at Dixon have decided to kind of team up. So me and 2 other teachers use this OneNote. This way that we're all focusing on really one or 2 subjects each, and this way we can make as much teacher instructed videos as possible for the students so they can get a lot of teacher interactions. So right here, some of the students aren't familiar with me, or some of my students aren't familiar with another teacher here. So what we did at first was we made a quick introduction video for all of us, which we just recorded on this Loom, which it's like kind of like YouTube, but you just record a video. I'm gonna X out of there. But you just record a video, or you can record yourself if you're using something on your screen. So I use this a lot if I want to teach something through a PowerPoint, or if one of our teachers does a word study lesson, they share their screen, they can record it and make a video. So I'm going to go to last week's really quick. So this was actually this is this week's lesson right here. So since we are me and 2 other teachers are sharing our OneNote, we have a lot of teacher instructed videos. So we have a lot of math videos, and if you go down for Monday, it goes into ELA. There's a video for word study every day. There's a video for reading. That's our my partner teacher, Mrs. Cervella. She does a reading video, and then it goes into science and social studies as well. So I found that to be really awesome because this way I can focus on having more live meetings with my students. So what I do, I use Teams for my live meetings. At first, I tried to do a Teams live meeting I invited my whole class to one meeting, and it was kind of a disaster. So what I do now is I set certain times throughout the week for my students to sign up through Sign Up Genius. And so the parents sign up the students for a 45 block time throughout the week. So then we get together, we talk about how their week was. We do a quick little mini lesson on something I think they might need more practice with, whether it's math or ELA or word study. And then I just let the students talk to each other because a lot of the parents have been telling me that they've been going really stir crazy in the house. I'm really missing their friends. So I use Teams to do videos. I make sure I see at least every one of my students each week. And that's about all I had to share.
Way to go, Jackson.
All right, and next up, thank you so much, Ms. Makeley. Next up is a teacher assistant, Ms. Jones. She is from Blue Creek Elementary, and Denise Collins is her DLTF.
Yes, I'm Michelle Jones, and I'm a TA at Blue Creek for first grade. Before we left school, we used to have intervention groups, face-to-face groups. So now they're, since we're at home, they moved them to teams, and the TAs meet with small groups. So what we did, we passed out instructions to the parents on how to get into teams. And then we meet with our students daily we either go live or we do a video of what we're teaching. And sometimes the kids get on, sometimes they don't. If they don't, they can watch the video again, but we check to see if they have any questions, concerns, or we just greet them with encouraging words. We do anchor charts to tell how we teach the lessons. Every Wednesday, the students, we have a drop-off pickup, and that's when the parents come and pick up their like little manipulative or papers that we have, and we have the directions in case they're not able to look at the videos or come on live when we do our little lessons. In the beginning, the pickup was like kind of slow, but then as the parents start seeing the values and how much the fun that the kids was having, and the participation increased. We also, us TAs also go in with our PLC levels with our teachers. And sometimes we facilitate live with our teachers. We interact with the students in their lessons. We read books to them and record them for later, just in case if they can't get on. Since we are a Leader in Me school, sometimes I call it Fun Friday, and I'll pick one of the 7 habits, and we'll discuss that 7 habits, and then we'll listen to music and do like little dances for them to move around. And then also we are helping in the library and helping our WAVE teachers do their videos, because the kids, they enjoy seeing us too. So it'd be funny when we're doing videos with like our art teacher, and they see us up there and they're talking to us, and then they have to, tune back into the lesson. And we just post them. Mostly we post our videos on Teams or either on Class Dojo. And that's about it.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Jones. I love that y'all have them picking up manipulatives, just Denise put the pick or kiss and drop line. All right, so next up is Title I Coach Tracy Jenkins from Morton Elementary, and I am her proud DLTF.
Come on. My microphone won't move. Okay, there we go. Can y'all hear me? Hi.
Yes, we can.
Hey.
My laptop is a little delayed, so I have some read alouds on there that I need to transfer. Okay, so I am at Morton Elementary, the coach there, and I have been meeting with grade level teams once a week just to get their input, needs that they have, and so forth like that. I've worked with some of the teachers actually helping them with some lessons, either co-teaching or actually doing a lesson with their class. And that's been a whole lot of fun. I know the instructional coach there that's there part-time has also shared some lessons in that way. Since I am fortunate to be at just Morton 100% of the time, I actually get to work with a group of students as well. And I actually have 3 groups of students that I work with through Title I. And Ms. Mitchell actually helped me wonderfully with making a sway. So that's what I'm going to share with y'all today is how easy it is to provide a lesson, or you could do other things with a sway as well. So I'm going to share my screen. It'll take just a minute. Well, it's not sharing.
Can you share your desktop and then navigate to the browser for the sway?
Let's see. I don't know. It's like it has a delayed effect on it. So, and I did test it earlier, so it worked.
Have you closed out of everything that isn't necessary for this presentation? Sometimes that helps free it up.
Okay.
Kelly, you don't by any chance, you're not like a co-author on it that you could pull it up on your screen for her?
Well, that's what I was just thinking. Ms. Jenkins, is it on y'all's website?
Oh, it looks like it's coming.
It is. It's just my laptop is really, really, really slow. I've been doing a lot of work on my Mac, so.
Okay, and it's on the Title I.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share. Is it the Crittenden and Jenkins school closure schedule, or?
It's the digital lessons.
Oh, right here. Okay. All right, so this is their sway. So you walk me through what you would like for me to do, Miss Jenkins.
Okay. It can be made, it's right on our, just explaining, it's right on our Office 365, and you go to Sway, and it's very user-friendly. If I could do it, anybody could do it. You just have the, actually to make a heading, and then you just hit a plus sign and add the sections to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, it looks like someone else may have tried to share there.
It might be my computer finally catching up.
Okay.
It's like me, a little bit slow.
Yeah, you're fine, Ms. Jenkins. Can you tell us, can I click right here and show them what you put on your sway?
Sure. And that's it's not, I wouldn't do the kindergarten one. Well, that won't be fun. The Title I teacher did the kindergarten one. I did the 1st and 2nd grade one. But basically, you can put links in there that can go right to, in this case, we did Flipgrids. So the links can be right there. Everything is accessible through the Sway. The nice thing about a Sway, though, is you can update just the Sway itself. You don't have to go into your web page and update anything like that, because as we all know, the web page editing is a little cumbersome. So the Sway makes it really user-friendly. You can go right in. You can add links. You can also add PDFs in there. So it's just a very user-friendly, easy way to share different things. And in this case, we used it with lessons, but I could maybe see it being used for announcements for parents and things like that as well. And obviously with the Sway, you can embed the link, just like others have shared about copying the link and placing it places that you want it to be shared. The same thing can happen with the Sway. So that's why I really wanted to share the making of a Sway.
Okay, and yeah, I think it was taking a minute to load the 1st grade, but here's the one that you were referring to with your learning targets and your read alouds.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So you have everything right here for them.
Yeah, everything is in that one-stop play or one place so they can all go to it. You can see also if you go down, I have a high yield strategy that I linked on there too. So still engaging the students, getting them for that higher level thinking activities.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Jenkins.
Welcome.
We are going to go to the administrators at Blue Creek Elementary, Mr. Joins and Ms. Meeks, and their DLT is Denise Collins.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to say that Blue Creek is so very lucky to have Denise with us. Denise and I go way back. We were in marching band together at Jacksonville High School, Go Cardinals. So she does a great job. So I'm sure most of you know also that Mrs. Collins has a connection to Dr. Collins, our superintendent. And as I was sitting in the principal's meeting, when Dr. Collins was like, everybody has to be on Teams, make sure that everybody is on Teams, I immediately started emailing Denise and said, hey, we need to make sure that we have everybody on Teams. I knew that our 3-5 was pretty strong in Teams, and I had some K2 folks who had dabbled in it. So that was our first step, was, okay, we need to make sure that everybody is in Teams and has that up and running. So as we started talking about, staff is going to go home too, I was really, Dr. Krennick was talking about, initially, she was like, the only people she could see working from home were the teachers. And as we started talking about the instructional assistants working from home, and in the early stages, there was a lot of discussion about, will people get paid? How will they get paid? And I wanted to really make sure that I took care of my ladies, because I have some fabulous assistants at Blue Creek. So once again, got with Denise, and also knowing that they do such a great job of the small group and the interventions. And I wanted to make sure that they were able to continue that. So I got with Denise and with Cindy Barnes, our tech, and I was like, okay, we need to check out a laptop to every TA. And then Denise started working with the TAs, making sure they knew how to get into Teams, how to set up, how to make calls. So she had all of that going. And I made it really clear to K2 that everything that they did had to be in Teams, and that when they recorded videos, because we knew that a lot of our kids don't have devices in K2. I'm sure, like many of your schools, we have some K2 siblings of 3-5 students or even older students that are using their siblings' devices for our live sessions. So we were like, let's make sure that everything is recorded. And we do use Class Dojo school-wide. That's one of my expectations. And so I said, let's send the videos through Dojo and have them posted in Teams. And we also, we did that for instructional assistants as well. And I just have to tell you, the first week, and Miss Jones, she can probably attest to that, it was, some of them were very much out of their comfort zone. And I think that's how we grow, when we get pushed out of our comfort zones. And now they are so comfortable with it, and it's just amazing to see. I require live sessions from all of our teachers, K2, EC, everybody, Title I, everybody's doing live sessions. The only people that aren't doing live sessions are our specialists. We found that a little challenging, so we came up with an enrichment schedule. So Monday is kinder, first grade is on Tuesday, fourth and fifth is on Friday. And they are doing videos and they're posting those through Teams, posting assignments through Teams. A lot of the students' assignments are in Flipgrid, which we actually sent home our recorders for our fourth grade students. So our music teacher has a Flipgrid of students practicing their recorders, which I'm kind of glad we don't have recorders on campus. That's one thing I don't enjoy thoroughly about fourth grade. But so those are some of the main things I wanted to talk about. Ms. Meeks, do you want to come on and pop in and add anything that I may have forgotten or overlooked?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me some time to share. I wanted to share just some of the examples that Mr. Joins was going over with you. So you can see this is Miss Otis, a first grade teacher, how she does her leveled reading groups. So she has small reading groups and she posts that both on Teams and in Dojo. So this is an example of her Dojo. This is Miss Dundor, our music teacher, and how she posts her links to her activities in Dojo as well. And as other teachers have shared, here are some of the student examples, work samples that they have shared through Dojo, science projects for second grade, explaining their work and what they've learned. And this is just some examples of what Mr. Joins said is his expectation. This is a kindergarten teacher and how she posts her link. This is Miss Williford, her instructional assistant, the videos that she posts, the lessons so that they can look at what is exactly due that day or what the expectation is. Miss Atkins is our school counselor and she is also on the Teams page with each teacher. So we included our Title I teacher. She has a page with each of the teachers that she works with in the classroom she works with where she posts her lessons and activities so parents can access those activities either in a live session or if they do not have access for a live session, they can access the activities and work at their own pace. This is an example of Miss Jones's Teams page, and you can see the videos that she referred to, the rap or the songs that she uses. This is a close-up of the Teams page where we have a channel under each teacher for our specialists. They include things like PE, the virtual field trip channels where they post. This is the PE section under Miss Postal Waits. This is the media specialist section under Miss Otis's page. In Teams, the virtual field trips. Miss Atkins has a channel under each one. So they all work together to make it uniform. And from my standpoint, when I get phone calls from parents saying, you know, Ms. Meeks, I can't find this isn't working, I know exactly one location. We are members of each teacher's team, so we can access the information. We can pull up the videos. I can print things off if the teacher is working remotely. And when the parent drops by, we can hand those materials to them. Also, I'm a member of each Dojo class. And so parents can not only message the teacher, they can also reach out to admin as well, and they feel that connection and they can ask questions. Why isn't this link working? Where can I get it? If it's not working here, how can I access it? So by Mr. Joins setting that expectation of having it both in Dojo and in Teams for K2 especially, you know, our students, there are barriers, but they're not quite as many as what we could have looked at. So I think that's about all I had to share.
All right, thank you so much. So much great stuff is happening, around our campuses and our district, and I'm just so proud of our teachers and our TAs and our administrators and our Encore teachers. Everybody is just doing a really fantastic job, and the level of instruction that we're still able to provide for these students during this time is just amazing, and that is kind of why we wanted to get together to share this afternoon, is to share Amazon, is to share the best practices that all of us are, of course, it was absolutely going to happen as soon as I unmuted. So we wanted to make sure that y'all, heard some of the great things going on. And again, this is just a snapshot. So if you have any questions for our teachers, our instructional assistants, that's actually what we call them at Morton as well. Then feel free to use the raise hand feature, and we will be happy to answer those questions. Someone in the chat asked where you can post, or where you'll be able to find this recording. So after this meeting, we will post it. It'll be in Stream, and your school level DLT will email that out. And if you are not with Onslow County, we will upload it to YouTube and post that link on Twitter. Okay. All right. Well, if there are any questions, we will go ahead and close it out unless any of the other DLTs would like to share. Thank you so much to Gretchen Robinson, Denise Collins, Kat Collins, and Nancy Curley for helping get this all of this together.
Kelly, I was just thinking if they do have questions, they can get up with their DLT and we could be able to answer them for them.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you for raising your hand to give us that information or that idea. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. I think it's just amazing to see, specifically what our K-2 teachers are doing to connect with students. We aren't, only doing packets and trying to connect with them that way, but you're really providing some great opportunities for them to feel connected, because I know that they miss everybody and everything. So thank you so much, and we will send this recording out shortly. And if you want to unmute as you say bye, that's fine. That's what one of our third grade teachers does. She said, okay, everybody unmute and say bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Thanks to all the presenters. You were awesome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for presenting, for sure.
I'm going to stop recording now. Kat, are you recording also?
I think someone, let's see, Mr. Gordon,